Alright. Let's talk about something that just happened in the UK that the media is calling a win for women, but it might just be the biggest legal win for men in years. I'm talking about the UK Supreme Court's decision in For Women Scotland versus the Scottish ministers. This case didn't just shut down a woke redefinition of the word woman. It did something deeper. It put biology back into law, it exposed gender double standards, and it opened the door for men to reclaim the spaces and rights we've been denied for decades. Let's break it down. So what actually happened? The Scottish government wanted to increase the number of women in public board positions. But they decided that woman should include biological males who identified as women and had a gender recognition certificate. A women's rights group called For Women Scotland challenged this. They said, hold on, you don't get to call a man a woman just because he signed a form. At first, some courts agreed with the Scottish government. One judge basically said that a trans woman with a certificate could legally count as a woman. So For Women Scotland took it all the way to the UK Supreme Court. And the UK Supreme Court came back with something we haven't seen in a while, actual common sense. They ruled that the word woman in UK law means biological female. They said that if we start calling men women just because of a certificate, the entire legal system starts to break. How can you have pregnancy rights written for women if suddenly, woman, includes someone who can't get pregnant? How do you run women's refuges, women's changing rooms, or women's sports if the legal category includes males? So the court said, sex in law means what it has always meant, your biological sex. And here's the twist. They didn't just say this to protect women. They confirmed that sex-based rights are legal, necessary, and reasonable. And if that's true for women, it's also true for men. For years, we've been told that women need safe spaces, women need support groups, and women need women-only everything. But the second men try to create something male-only, they get told it's outdated, sexist, or exclusionary. This ruling flips that narrative. Because if the law protects female-only spaces, then it has to protect male-only spaces too. Let's talk real-world examples. Girls can join the Scouts, but boys can't join the Girl Guides. Women have exclusive gyms, exclusive clubs, exclusive professional groups. Men try to do the same. They get cancelled or sued. There are hundreds of domestic violence shelters for women across the country. But men? There are barely any. Even though 1 in 3 domestic abuse victims is male. And mental health? Suicide is the leading cause of death for men under 50. Men try to create male-only support groups and people ask why women aren't allowed in. The system never saw men's needs as valid. But now, the UK's highest court just said biology matters, and that means men matter too. This ruling reopens conversations that were completely shut down before. Like, if girls can have their own clubs, why can't boys? If women get special programs in school and work, where's the support for boys falling behind? And if women can talk openly about mental health, why can't men have spaces to do the same without being policed? This ruling is a shift in legal culture. It means men have a right to talk, to gather, to support each other, without being made to feel guilty for existing. It exposes the double standards. Women-only groups are empowering. Male-only groups are toxic. Not anymore. Now, both sexes are back on the table. And that's the way it should be. The Equality Act protects sex-based rights. That includes female rights. That includes male rights. So let's be clear. This Supreme Court ruling is a win for women, yes. But it's also a massive win for men. Because it brings us back to truth. Back to fairness. And if truth is now legally recognized again, then men can stand up and start demanding real equality, too. Not performative. Not one-sided. This is Honest D. Stay grounded. Stay real. Out.